this phone gets way too hot. I'll be on FaceTime, maybe even browsing Instagram, and all of a sudden I get, dim display. I realize my hand's on fire and the phone is just throttling to the moon and back, right? It's not ideal. Now, what I could do is, one, buy a new phone, get one of them toilet bowl, flip-flap action phones, or heck, even just get a more expensive piece of glass. But here's the thing, your boy's broke. So we're gonna make do with what we got. And what I got is a hot phone and 3D printer. So what's the plan? I'm gonna take a cooler, slap it on the back of the phone, and then ta-da, all my problems will be fixed. I'll be able to play my Pokemon Go and FaceTime at the same time, and everyone will be happy. How are we actually going to do this? First, we need to find ourselves a case. Now, I could go ahead and make a case, but fortunately for us, Thingiverse exists, and this iPhone XR case by Drew Brew Chen will be the perfect base. Next, we're going to need some sort of cooler. M.2 SSDs are pretty small and should fit on the back of the phone. Now, we can actually get one with a fan on it. So here we have an M.2 22110. So this is a little bit longer than your standard 2280 SSD cooler. However, it's long enough to fit on the back side of the phone. It's around the same length as the iPhone motherboard underneath. And the fan underneath it is a small 12mm fan. The fan is 12 volts, which means we're gonna need to find a way how to power it. We can't just plug it directly into the lightning port because it's just not possible.
Why isn't it possible? It's just not. Why not?
So since we can't power it off of the phone, we'll need to find another battery to power it. And these CR2032 batteries are gonna be just perfect. They're 3 volts, so we'll need 4 of them. And they're very small, very thin. How are we gonna put them onto the case? This is where Thingiverse once again comes to the rescue. We got a 2032 battery holder by Not So Solid that uses a paper clip and this little 3D printed piece. So we'll put all of these things together, might throw in a switch in there so that we can turn the fan on and off, and let's see what I come up with. So here we have one of the 2 pieces that make up the case. First we've got, the case. We've got a rectangular opening here for the M.2 SSD, and this weird cutout on the side that I'll explain in a bit. Underneath, you can see that there's been some grooves made here so that we can have some space for wires, and that's it. It's quite simple. The second piece is this. Now here we have 4 of those CR2032 3D printed modules. We're gonna wire them up in series so we can have our 12 volts. So we'll throw this up on the printer and see how it prints. And here is the final version. Built-in switch, turns on the fan, 4 CR2032 batteries, total of 12 volts, M.2 SSD heatsink, with a thermal pad underneath and a 3D printed case. I built this in 2 separate models. So if you wanted to take this battery compartment and attach it to a case that fits your own phone, that would be possible. I'll leave links in the description for that. Overall, I'd say it's a moderate success, I'd say. I added a little bit more curvature and thickness to the top compared to the original model so that it was a little more comfortable in the hand. I also printed it this way The the video of the time lapse actually shows the previous model, which unfortunately had a few defects. But no biggie, we reprinted it this way, in this orientation. And apart from a few lines, which just stick out more because they're on camera, came out really, really good. It genuinely helps with the thermals because the motherboard is right underneath this section of the phone. It helps cool it down considerably. Maybe it's a little bit too offensive, but I do like the kind of hot rod look that this case has now. It could probably do with a smaller heatsink, something thinner, so it doesn't protrude as much. But if you look at the general thickness, the batteries are about on par. So for the overall thickness, I'd say this is a pretty good first attempt at actively cooling an iPhone. Taking the case off the phone, we see it's not as pretty on the other side. You got the thermal pad and the battery compartments and the switch right here. Wire it up so that it's not constantly running. It's a little bit noisy. But as the batteries drop voltage, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. It'll be a little more quiet later on. So if you guys like this project, please let me know in the comments below. If you really liked it, make sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe. I plan on making a revision of this, at least something that is a little more exotic, perhaps with liquid like water. But for now, I think that'll be it. So I'll see you guys later.